Is this working? Okay. Yay. Okay, it's working. Yay. Okay, we are going live. Hi, Manifestation Queens. Here we are, live inside the membership. I literally have never done this before, so I really don't know what I'm doing. And okay, I didn't mean to hit that. I don't know what that is. But here we go. Okay, today we are going to be talking about manifesting business growth. Okay, get excited, get your notebooks, get your notepads. I will probably leave this video too in this. Hi, Sarah. I will leave this video too in this group so you guys can always have access to it. So I'm just going to shout out a girl this morning who wrote inside the Facebook group and gave me even the idea to do this live, the idea to pop on here for you, because I feel like sometimes I don't always want to record a podcast, but there's something on my heart, something on my mind that I want to tell you guys. And it was Brandy. Brandy in our membership, shout out to you. Thank you for asking the questions. If you guys ever have questions, put them in the group and I will answer. So she was talking about manifesting business growth. Hi, Joni. Hi, Wanda. Hi, guys. Good morning. I know it's early for some of you, but we're getting into it today because I have been on my own business growth journey recently and just kind of changing a little things around my business, I think, as most of you know. And I have 5 things that I'm going to share with you today that that I've done, that I do, that I have noticed, as I've also noticed growth in my business, and especially when it comes to manifesting growth in your business. So I want you guys to understand these 5 concepts and principles that I promise if you apply them, you will manifest growth in your business. Okay, that's what we're talking about today. And Brandy, I really hope this helps you and this answers your question in a long form video. It's going to be so good. I've got all my notes right here for you guys. Okay, so 5 things I do. Number 1, now any manifestation queen, especially you girls in this membership, should know your belief system and your mindset. This is just number 1. So I'm going to kind of put this in here and get it out of the way because I've got a lot of other things to share. Your belief system, you have to think like a CEO. If you want business growth, I want you guys to think about this. Your mindset, we all know in manifestation, your mindset, you are creating outside of you what you are thinking about you on the inside, right? It's your self-concept, the way you view yourself in relation to business and in relation to money and in relation to success, okay? If you are thinking from the place of a employee, a person who is doing busy work every day, a person who is working so hard and on the grind and hustling and just going after this, and it's so much work and I'm exhausted and this is taking forever. And so when your mindset is kind of in one of those places where you're like building and growing a business, you're thinking from the place of I'm not a CEO yet. Okay. I want you guys to move and shift into a state where you are thinking as a CEO. Okay, now I'm going to go through some of this in the 5 things that I break down, but I'm giving you kind of like an overall thought concept I want you to start thinking about. I want you to start looking at how you wake up in the morning, how you spend your day. Do I go into my day and my activities thinking like, I've got to work hard, I've got to make some sales today, I've got to grind it out, I've got to create some content, I've got to do this, I've got to work on my side hustle, I've got to go after this, I've got to go do that. All of those thoughts are thinking from the space of you are not that millionaire CEO yet, okay? I want you in the space of like, I am a millionaire CEO. I already am the CEO. I don't think about just the little things that are running around in my business. I am constantly and continually thinking about the overall growth, the long-term vision. I see this a lot of times online when I see a lot of content creators and people are thinking about what is going to get me quick money? What is going to get me quick results? What's going to get me a quick win? I'm going to do this or do that to have this quick result. That's kind of thinking from that employee mindset, like the small wins. But a CEO thinks bigger. A CEO thinks long term. They think overall vision and brand. They think, what am I working on in the long term? Not the little bitty things that you need to do in the day. Now we'll get there, but I want you to really, really start. I want you to wake up today and I want you to come from the mindset of like, okay, I am no longer just a business person. I am a CEO. I am on top of things. Okay. So that's number one. Your belief system has to be like, success is mine. Success is already mine. I already have it down. I am in my CEO energy. Okay. Are you guys with me? Are you following me? Okay. I just want to make sure you guys are getting this, really, really getting this, really, really understanding it. So definitely let me know. Okay. Number two. Okay. Here's the next part. I want you understanding and focusing on the fact that you need to be masculine energy and feminine energy. It is key to have a balance of both. You guys know I talk a lot about feminine energy, and I'm really, really passionate about women learning it and understanding it, because for so long we women have been programmed with the wounded feminine energy and the broken masculine energy. And what that looks like is how many of you are thinking, operating, being, and believing, operating in an energy from like people pleaser mindset. I need to please others. Am I making my pricing okay for others? Am I creating things for, these people? If this person gets mad at me, am I going to let that ruin my day? Like, when you come from these wounded masculine and feminine energies, it's going to disrupt your business. Okay. So are these people, one of the biggest thoughts that I really had to work on was like, what are these people going to think if I start my business? I remember when I started my blog, like many years ago, that was one of the things I thought. I don't want these people to see what I'm working on because they might judge me. That's a people pleaser mindset. Okay. That's wounded feminine energy. So really starting to understand, I have plenty of videos and courses and ebooks. I just created that new ebook for you guys, Activate Your Feminine Energy. Just get yourself back in the healed feminine energy, which should also support your healed masculine energy. Okay. So I wrote down some things that will have you operating in like the balanced masculine and the balanced feminine in your business. Okay. Number one. We'll start with masculine, okay? Masculine side of you requires discipline, okay? It requires consistency. It requires systems. It requires a clear focus, good time management skills. It's kind of that more masculine side of you, okay? The ability to take action quickly, the ability to go for something. Now, here's how the feminine side supports that, okay? Because you need a balance of both. The feminine side, number one, is here's something that the feminine will know. A really strong, grounded woman in her feminine will never do work because it's work that she needs to do. She only does work that she is absolutely obsessed with and passionate about. The feminine knows how to delegate. The feminine knows how to set boundaries and say, no, you know what? That's not something I enjoy doing. That's not my expertise. I'm going to pass that on to somebody else. I'm going to delegate that really quickly because I set a boundary for myself. I'm not going to do that. So one thing that can look like for you is like Instagram. Right now, I do not like Instagram. I'm not feeling it. I'm not vibing with it. And I go through seasons, but I trust my feminine intuition. What do I want to work on right now? Right now, one of the things that I wanted to do was go live in this Facebook group. Just because I felt like it, just because I enjoy being on Facebook a little bit more. I enjoy this group a little bit more. It's a little bit more calming and relaxing and fun. Instagram kind of stresses me out these days. TikTok is kind of stressing me out these days. I want to be here. So this is where I'm showing up. I trust my intuition. I take that action and I make that move. That's the feminine supporting the masculine. Okay. The feminine is getting the inspired intuition and the healthy masculine is taking that action, making that move. Not thinking what are other people thinking? What are other people going to say? Are people even going to show up? What are other people going to be doing? Is this the right place to be? Is this going to make me money? Is this going to grow my business? No. I'm choosing something that I absolutely love to do. So it really doesn't feel like work. It feels actually like fun. Okay. So when you have that balance of masculine and feminine energy in your business and you're really operating in a healthy model for yourself, you will be in alignment and in the energy to attract the clients, the money, the abundance, the people, the things, the partners, anything that you need or that you are craving and calling for in your business, that will come to you. It will come to you like a magnet because you are not operating in the lower energies. Manifestation, you guys, if you can remember it, you think of it like a goal, okay? It's kind of like the word manifesting is like the masculine version. It's like setting the goal. And then you get over here into the laws of the universe, like the law of attraction. You start working on your energy. You start harmonizing your energy, your mindset, your mind, body, soul. You get all of this in alignment. That is the feminine side that it's going to allow you to receive. It's that energy, that magnetic energy that's like pulling the success towards you. Okay? So you can set the manifestation goal, set the manifestation intention, and then get yourself in the energy of receiving those things that you're manifesting, like with ease and with attraction. You can go, I will tell you this, you can go about your manifestations other ways. You can hustle, you can go hard, you can go, there are a lot of people who manifest a lot of money who don't really get into the energetic way of things, but it requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of toil. A lot of people get burnt out. So maybe they make a lot of money, but baby, they are stressed. They are overwhelmed. They are not operating in that high, happy energy. They end up sabotaging different aspects of their life, whether it's personal relationships or, they work themselves into sickness, different things like that. So when you operate in that like law of attraction, that kind of magical manifestation queen energy that we talk about in here, you receive. When you amp up your like feminine side, you receive the success versus like having to go after and work so hard for it. So when you are working in your business as that CEO, you've got a healed feminine and masculine energy operating inside of you. You are spending your time doing the things that you absolutely love and less time doing the things that feel like work, okay? This is how I want you to really understand it, because I promise you, when you get this down, it won't feel like work and you will attract success and you will start to see what I've noticed in the past just 2 months of really focusing hard on my Pinterest and my blog, where my soul really was calling me to go, and applying different strategies and having the best time. I am telling you, it's activated such a different thing in me. I have started setting up different systems. I am just a new type of CEO, and it has been flourishing my business, and I'm literally floored. So this is why I wanted to share this stuff with you, okay? Now, number 3. Now, this is an important one, okay? And I want you guys to really get this and hear me when I say this. I want you to stop focusing on the vanity metrics. Every time you look at your follower count, your bank account, all of these little numbers that are sort of gaugers of where exactly you are in your business, every time you look at it and you think to yourself like, oh, that's not enough. I don't have enough followers to start my blog, or I don't have enough followers to start an email list, or I don't have enough followers to do this or that, or I'm not making enough in this to even work on that anymore. Maybe there's something like you love podcasting, okay? And you have started a podcast and you don't have that many listeners, but you love doing it. And so you give up on it because the numbers don't reflect where you want to be yet. Those vanity metrics will crash your business, okay? They will completely take things away. This is where I need your strong masculine and feminine energy to come out, okay? You've got to get your mindset right. If you haven't taken Soul Aligned Success, my course, I promise you, do that course. Do it. It is a 21-day course that will help you like mindset, overcome all of those self-sabotaging things, okay? Because those vanity metrics are the number one reason that people give up on their blogs, that people give up on their podcasts, Instagram, social media, Pinterest, all of those things. You cannot let that dictate what you are working on in your business. You want to always work on the things that make you light up and the things that you love. And also understand that you need to be taking action, marketing, getting out there and promoting your business without any fearful thoughts, okay? This is so key. If you have an inspired idea and you need to take action on it, execute it, get it out there, sell it to the public, go promote it. You have to work that entire system Okay, the entire system that I show you in Online Boss, you'll see it in that mentorship program. Okay, work that system. It will work for you. Okay, there. Number 3, stop focusing on vanity metrics. I promise you, if you will do that and stop allowing your follower count or your numbers count or your sales count today really dictate the passion and the motivation and the love that you have for the things that you're working on. If you just look at those numbers, here's a tip for you. You look at those numbers and you just add a couple zeros to the end. I actually do this all the time. I look at my bank account, I look at my monthly sales, or I look at my whatever, and I just like think, oh my God, I just made $1 million. That's so amazing. Or I'll say like, if something is like 400, I'll be like, oh, $40,000 or just whatever. You just trick your mind. You make those metrics work for you. Stop looking at them as if that's the best that you've got going right now. Just imagine them differently, okay? This is the law of assumption. You can use law of attraction and law of assumption to support your business, to support your business growth. Why not? What do you have to lose? You know, and in that time, like, work with some affirmations. Tell yourself, like, I am successful no matter what, or I keep growing every day, even if you don't see it. You have to trick your mind, okay? So don't let those metrics like throw you off. Okay, number 4. Here is something that I have learned in the past couple of months that really has shifted a lot for me. And this is something that I'm going to be talking about in Online Boss probably over the next couple of months. But this tip is to start automating everything. I want everything in your business automated. This is where your masculine side really gets to come play, and you get to start creating some structures for yourself. So some of the things that I've talked about in Online Boss are like email lists, right? You have a freebie, someone signs up for your email list, and then you move forward, you create an email marketing list with your business. That's a beautiful way to automate your business. Another beautiful way is if you have a blog and you're doing blog posts, maybe spend one day, give yourself, like, this is something I do. I give myself like Mondays and Tuesdays or something like that. I don't know my exact schedule. I have it written down, but to work on my blog. Wednesdays, I do my podcast. Thursdays, maybe I'll work on social media content. Friday, I kind of let myself do whatever. I'll do all of my social media content in one day. I will schedule it to post throughout the week or throughout the next 2 weeks so that I am not sitting on social media all day, right? So even like Facebook group, okay, Facebook, for example, I have like my Meta page. Every tool out there, so even Instagram, Facebook, anything on Meta, you can do it on Pinterest. Everything allows for automation. So I'll get on Meta on the back end of Facebook, and I will have all of my blog posts for different days of the month, because I think it lets you go out to a month. And I can schedule out old blog posts to push out so that I can re-engage my readers and re-show, oh, this is a blog post I love, or this is a blog post that I love. Or on Pinterest, I schedule out pins months in advance so that I can have free time, so that I am not on Pinterest every single day focusing on that one thing. That it will feel like you'll be overwhelmed and spread way too thin when you feel like you have to be on social media every day, creating new content every day. I want you to turn this around, and I want you to get ahead of it. I want you to start automating some emails for yourself. Instead of writing a newsletter every day, why not set up newsletters to go over the month? Why not create a calendar for yourself and say, okay, this is October. What am I going to plan out this month? And I've got blog posts about Halloween and different things like that. Black nails I just did. I've got some more really fun posts coming up for this month. And it's like all set up to scheduled to post at a certain date when I want it to do that. That way I'm not working on my blog every single day. I'm not focusing on Pinterest every single day. I've got these things set up for in the future. So if I want to go out of town for a week, or if I'm sick, or if my little boy is sick and I need to tend to him, or go be a volunteer at his school, I can do that because my things are already set up. So when you put on that automation hat, you're thinking like a CEO. You are no longer working or operating in the energy of like, I've got to hurry and do this. It's like you're in that abundance energy. Like, I've got so much time because I am good at managing my time. I am automating things and setting up systems to take me out of having to feel like I'm overwhelmed, stressed out, and working so hard. So you can put your hat on, your CEO mindset hat on, and start figuring out ways that you can automate to give you some free time in your life so that your business is still out there marketing itself. Okay? Automation is everything. And one of the other things you can do for yourself is like read books, listen to podcasts, listen to whatever, while you're doing other things. So you're like automating, studying, and learning at the same time that you're working on something. So this is something that I do when I am like setting up my Pinterests, let's say for the next like couple of weeks, I'll be listening to a book on wealth or listening to a book on marketing or listening to a book on strategy. That's a way I'm like setting up automations. I'm automating the way that I'm learning because I believe that you should always be learning. This is a wealthy habit, like a tip from wealthy people that I have learned. They are always in learning energy. You will notice if you ever hang out with somebody who's really smart in business, really, really wealthy, they're always going to ask you questions. They're going to ask you, what are you into lately? What are you up to? What are you working on? They're always going to be asking you the things. This was something that I didn't really think about at the time, but I noticed in hindsight, whenever I would hang out with people who were extremely wealthy, like it almost intimidated me, I noticed that they were always engaging me and asking me questions. And after reading a few books on it and kind of learning and understanding is that they are curious minds. They want to know what people are up to, what problems they could be solving, how they could be helping people. That's a CEO mindset. So when you're always in that learning energy, you're going to grow, you're going to expand, and you're going to continue to manifest that growth in your life, really, and in your business, okay? So that's number 4. Now, number 5. This is important too, and this is like the last one I'm going to leave you on because this is something for my manifestation girlies, and I need you guys to know, okay? Number 5. You cannot afford to be stressed. You have to practice every day and engage in your healing of your nervous system. Now, inside of the membership, you guys can go in. I have a couple of videos that teach you different emotional freedom techniques, different techniques. There's a whole video training there on how to manage, regulate, and calm your nervous system. Because let me tell you something. Do you love my blue pen? I feel like it's a little wand. It says Unite Us. I don't know why I love it. It's like my favorite pen right now. Okay. Your nervous system will cause your mind to go into self-sabotage mode every single time. Your nervous system will have you choosing a familiar place, a comfort zone, a familiar hell, if you will, like a familiar whatever. It wants you to stay safe. It wants you to stay in the place where you don't have stress. You don't experience stress. Your body wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you in that safety zone. So if you don't learn how to regulate your nervous system and not let things trip you up, and I'll go into these things in a minute, but like your mind will begin shooting you out of that place of success. Your mind will immediately go into, look at all these distractions. It will be pulling at you in every direction. And you can see it now with just movies and social media and the news and just conversation with friends and drama. And there is so much out there in front of us right now, even just in our emails, right? There's like, buy now, shop now. I even get text messages from some of my favorite stores, like 30% off today or 50% off today. Come in and shop. Let's go do this. All of those things are distracting you from where you want to go. But again, your mind, your nervous system, the second it feels a sign of stress or a sign that you are uncomfortable or in an uncomfort zone, like an uncomfortable zone, your mind will immediately go like, mayday, mayday, mayday. I'm going to go try to distract her with things that will bring her back to her comfort zone, that will bring her back to the place where she feels like she doesn't have enough money, where she's overwhelmed, she doesn't have enough time, she's not successful, where maybe she's not going to take a chance on a new opportunity or not start that new business or not put that new thing out for sale, not start that podcast, not take that course, not like invest in herself, not move forward on something. Your comfort zone, that subconscious mind, will block you or try to block you every single time. It always wants to bring you back to the state where you feel safe. So it is of the most importance that you have your subconscious mind and your nervous system completely regulated no matter what hits you. So that when you launch a new course or launch a new product or something and nobody buys, nobody sells, nobody takes it, that you do not go into those old familiar habits of like, oh yeah, this, I'm not good enough. Oh God, really? It may be nobody's going to like it. Or, you start thinking like those different things. Again, this is where my course, Soul Aligned Success, that 21-day mindset reprogramming, you guys, do that. Get on that. You use this as you use like life and today as your opportunity to start working on regulating your nervous system. Because your nervous system and your subconscious mind are like linked, like they are besties. And they are doing everything they can to pull you back into your comfort zone, to have you not going and taking risks and moving forward and learning new things and, and trying to grow and allowing yourself to think like a CEO. It will have you reacting to one person's judgment of something that maybe you've created. It will have you holding yourself back because of what your cousin's aunt's mom might think if you actually start that blog or start a podcast or take a risk. It will have you seeing everybody else on Instagram thriving at the very thing that you want to do. And it will have you sitting there wondering, why can't I do that? Why isn't my stuff taking off? Why are they successful and I'm not? It is this very thing. Okay? It is this very thing. Your nervous system is sending all of these things to you to have you dysregulated and to have your mindset taking you back. It will have you get distracted. It will have you get too emotional. It will have you feel depressed one day. It will have you want to go shopping. It will have you just needing another glass of wine. It will have you wanting to go out and party all night. It will have you wanting to sleep in. It will have you exhausted, overwhelmed. It will do anything it can to get you back into your comfort zone where you are not growing and thriving and making sales and successful because you're not taking those risks. You're not showing up every day. You're not marketing something with passion and love. And you know what else it'll have you thinking? It'll have you thinking, oh my God, like it's so hard to get up to show up on Instagram. Like right now, showing up on live. You guys know I never show up on lives like this. I don't know why. I just never really do it. But I kind of thought to myself as I was taking these notes, and I see you, Brandy, you're watching this video. I shouted you out because I feel like this training is for you, and I'm going to leave it up in this group so you guys can watch this like whenever you need to come back to. Okay? Because it will have you go, you know what? I'm not going to show up today. You know what? I don't look that cute today, which I think, my hair's kind of a mess, whatever. I'm just out of the shower, really. But it will have you tricking yourself and going, no, let me stay hidden. Let me stay in my comfort zone. Let me not do the thing that my soul wants to kind of do right now. And this is maybe a bonus tip. Okay, I just thought of this. Number 6, you've really got to work on your feminine intuition, your divine intuition, in that connection, in that spiritual connection. You have to be able, I'm going to write down that this is number 6, and I put an extra tip on here for you, so it's not just 5. But that divine intuition, that divine inspiration, you have to be able to know when your higher self is speaking to you. Okay? That means you have to clear out your life and you have to clear out distractions. You have to clear things out. I actually wrote this down. You have to get your home organized, especially if you are a work from home girly like me. You cannot have laundry out. You cannot have even though, like, look at this, you guys, I'll show you. Oh, it's so funny. But like, I have Ninja Turtles literally on my dining table right now because I was trying to organize things. But like, you've got to be really, so if you're a mom of a toddler, I know you get it. You've got to be really clear and intentional with how your home is around you because it will call you to distract you. So when your nervous system is not regulated and you can't handle stress, you can't handle people's judgment, you can't stop people pleasing. You have to get all that down and you have to clear out your portals of divine connection. Clear out your body, clear out your negative thoughts, clear out your toxic people you surround yourself with. Who are you spending your time with? I know we've talked about this in the membership on our last call. Where are you focusing your time? Do you spend your time watching, social media, like your friends' social media? Are you spending time on a video like this, a live like this, like learning how to better yourself, right? How do you spend your time? What are you feeding your mind? I want you to clear yourself out. I want to clear your calendar, clear yourself out. If you do not feel like you have that like creative inspiration to where like you are getting divine messages of like, do this, do that. Here's one thing I want you to stop doing. I want you to stop looking around at what is making other people successful and ask God, ask the divine, what is the success path for me? Show me, lead me, guide me. Turn off your social media, turn off all of the stuff, turn off all of the distractions, and start asking for your word. Ask for your vision, your path, because it is only your path that's going to make you thrive where you need to go. I like use me for an example in my recent, like what I've been working on when it was like my spiritual intuition. Nobody was like, oh, blogging and Pinterest is like really where you need to be right now. But it was my blog that called me and me remembering, oh, I loved blogging. Oh, I loved that post. I love that old post. And my soul naturally was gravitating towards moving back in that direction. And then I started working and being consistent in that area and doing strategy, and it is blowing up. Completely blowing up in ways that I like didn't even know could be possible. Because I followed my intuition. I didn't follow what I see everybody else is doing and what's working for them. I kind of wanted to do my own thing. That's how you know when you're on the right path. Don't go out there looking like, what is everyone else doing? Go where you want to go. Go where the fun things are, and then you can learn from the people who are doing it well. Okay, so like now when I started wanting to understand strategy on blogging and Pinterest, at that point I started watching what are people doing in those areas that are really good for strategic moves in that area. So do yourself a favor. Go get yourself in alignment with your soul. Clear out and balance your chakras. If you're an online boss, there's a training inside that community. And it's a workshop that tells you all of the chakra blocks that are blocking you in your business. That's a really, really good one. So just clear out all of those inner beliefs, all of those fears, and those different areas where you're not really able to show up unbothered and really focused and powerful and in your queen CEO energy. Okay? I want you hearing from that crown chakra. I want you hearing like your crown chakra will give you the higher wisdom. When that is open, interestingly enough, I'm wearing my selenite and moonstone crystal today, and selenite it's a crown chakra crystal. So think about that. Selenite is a crystal that is clearing. It will help clear your energy. And maybe right now, that is what you need to be working on. It's funny because I did a podcast episode yesterday on it's reinvention season, right? Fall is when the leaves fall away from the trees, because they're shedding their leaves and they're like in their reinvention season where they're going to bloom again. I just did a post on this too. Like orchids do the same thing. Their blooms, their flowers fall off when they need to like have that reinvention, and their blooms always grow back bigger and better. But a lot of people discount orchids and they throw orchids away because they're like, oh, the pretty leaves fell off. But actually, when those leaves fall off is when it's like prime season to really love on and take care of your orchid, because it's getting ready for its comeback. It's got to prepare. It's got to shed the old to move forward into the new. So maybe you can ask yourself that question too. What do I need to shed in my fall season? What do I need to let go of right now so that I can come back in my business bigger and better? What are the little ways of being? What are the ways that I'm like, in your mindset, in your just boss babe, business girly mindset? And how can I shed those old ways of being and thinking and move into my CEO mindset, right? Think about that. Ask yourself that. How can I do this pivot? How can I make this shift and start showing up in a different way, okay? I hope this little video, this little coaching call was really fun for you guys, because I want you guys manifesting everything from love to money to life to business. And I'm all about wealth right now. It is just in my energy. I've been reading books on wealth, studying wealth, and I use my business as my portal to wealth, okay? building that money income so I can have wealth be building for me. Okay, so that's where we are all going. I love you guys so, so much. Put in the comments below what you got out of this video. I would love to see. And until then, keep manifesting. Love you guys.